Welcome along to Racing to Win. This is Hong Kong's twice weekly preview show, being the midweek edition. It's Happy Valley on Wednesday night with a 9-race program. Joined on the panel today by Paul Alley and Tom Wood. And Tom, we kick off with a couple of Class 5s and roll home with 3 consecutive Class 3s. Yeah, a bit of a tricky start to the night, Mark, but later on it does get better with horses like Eason, Armour Eagle, Red Majesty, Scotch Tycoon. He's been in good form. He's got the lightweight on his back. You can certainly feel the humidity levels have ramped up here in Hong Kong, and there might be 1 or 2 showers potentially on the radar tomorrow night. All right, we'll keep an eye on that. Tom is not wrong, Paul. Quite a warm day in Hong Kong. Supposed to be again tomorrow. We've got a good track at this stage, but getting to that time of the season, we might be seeing some good deferred track soon. Yeah, well, definitely. And there's a good jackpot there if you do like the jackpots, which we all do, of course. 1.8 million going into the triple trio, so that should get up to 5 million for a single winning $10 unit. A couple of first starters thrown in there as well. Some have raced overseas, but most of them are first starters, debutants here. It is Derby week here in Hong Kong. That's coming up on Sunday, but this is what we can look forward to on Wednesday night as we have a look at the meeting details for the 9 races. We are racing on the C course. It's meeting 54 for the season. Normal start time for a 9-race program of 6:45. And the 2 races we're going to preview, races 7 and 8, the 2 division of the 1200 metre Class 3s. The first of them, race number 7, gets underway at 9:45 Hong Kong time. Team Spirit at this stage has shown his best form at Sha 10. Stock Legend is a 4-time course and distance winner and he's drawn 1. Eason carries an extra £5 for a senior rider but does draw better. Mercurial last start winner returns to Class 3. We've got Stoicism with the tongue tie going on. Success Fighter has shown some improvement in his first 2 starts. Rhapsody bled after a trial on the 22nd of October. He's had 6 trials to prepare for his racetrack return. And Wine and Wine led from gate 1 last time. Gets a £5 claim for Victor Wong, but does go to barrier number 10, Tom, which for a horse that does like to lead, and as we did see from the inside gate last time, it's going to be a whole lot trickier for Wine and Wine on Wednesday night. Yeah, it certainly is going to be out in barrier 10 with Victor Wong up in grade here, lightweight. So I wonder what they do. Paul, Team Spirit is a horse, of course, that certainly likes to lead, but Eason, he jumped really well, as he has done in all of his starts, but he was sort of a victim of a wide draw last start. Yeah, and he's drawn barrier 2, whereas Team Spirit's drawn barrier 8. So, look, he might eventually get alongside him, but I think Eason will get sort of first go on the rail there as well. And Wine might just try and push on as well. So that's why the pace, I think, is going to be on the good side. Golden Link should get a nice run. And Mercurial was a horse that has led in the past, but he came from the back last time and it really suited him and he won well. And the man that was on board, Eason, no Mercurial that day, was Karis Teat, and he'll partner the horse again on Wednesday night. This is what he told Nick via Zoom earlier today.
Karis, Mercurial got up in the dying strides to win for you last time. He clearly likes it around the valley. Yes,
Nick, he actually won a nice race last time. He quickened up nicely in a straight after getting a very nice run through. And I was impressed how he fight hard nicely and got stronger towards the line, got his head in front.
On the bones of his form, Karis, I mean, he's never obviously won in Class 3 grade, but he's never really been that far away either. His form's not too bad in this company. How much more do you think he's got to find on the back of that win last time?
Yeah, of course, like you said, he's run a few good races in Class 3. So I still think, of course, like I said, last time with a big weight to run a good race like that, to win a good race, and now he goes up class and he have not much weight on his back, and I don't believe it's a really strong race. So I think this could be his chance where he have a proper opportunity to maybe win a Class 3.
You've got a better draw this time, Karis. You're in gate number 6. You had 10 last time out. Going back to his form, he has made all the running in the past. Just on your very limited experience with him, do you think he's a happier horse perhaps coming from behind, or could you possibly be a bit more forceful on him if you wanted to be?
No, I think now he just doesn't have that natural speed where he can just maintain the whole way. I think he appreciates where you can ride him a little bit more quiet, more patient, just leave him where he's comfortable. And I think this is how he's going to give us his best again on Wednesday night. And going through a race, there could be a few horses could put the speed on, and I think that will suit him.
Yeah, he certainly does look to find his chance, especially in this grade. Just on yourself, Karis, obviously on the back of what was a super weekend, I only learnt halfway through the meeting that it was Mauritian Independence Day. So what a day to ride 4 winners. Well done.
Yeah, actually, I didn't even know it was Mauritian Independence Day or how bad I am. But yeah, it was just good. Of course, with all the support I'm getting, I just hope I can keep doing well until the end of the season. Not long to go now. Just need to keep working hard and just keep riding winners.
And just on that momentum, Karis, I mean, once that ball really does get rolling here in Hong Kong, is that when things really do snowball and the winners just keep coming? Is it very much a confidence thing here in Hong Kong as a jockey?
Yeah, sure. I think it's, of course, you do a lot of work, a lot of preparation, but riding winners and getting confidence is a different level. So when you are full of confidence, it just makes things a bit easy. You think, you sort of goes out and you just feel that extra confidence on horses, and I think that's a big advantage in Hong Kong.
Karis has got more K-colour caps than a Dulux paint chart. You look next week, if he's on, it'll be a different colour. I've seen red, black, white, yellow, all happening with the Karis Teton, but he's riding well. Now we're going back, much more important things here, Paul, to Mercurial's last win. We just saw it. We're going to pick it up from the start. 1 and 1 draws the inside, but the winning of the race actually happens at the first turn because Mercurial's very wide. And the opportunity comes for Karis to slot in around that first bend.
Yeah, exactly. And look, he has led in the past. You can see he went forward as well. But when that opportunity came, he did slot in nicely enough. And then he hit the line really strongly. You can see he's quite well back, which is a different racing pattern from him. But, gee, he finished off nicely.
He did, because you could see how wide he was going to be caught into that first turn there, so it took him right back and dashed late. He was after Wine and Wine here, bingo in the races. So well, he's just got up in the shadows here. Seems to enjoy a tough run, this horse, because he's had opportunities from better barriers in the past, but hasn't been able to do it.
He hasn't. He's up in grade 2, where he has struggled in the past as well. This is a horse you've had plenty of time for, Tom Eason.
Yeah, I think he's going to be tough to beat here. Last time out into the first turn was 4 and 5 deep when there were others kicking up to his inside. That's not going to happen this time round with barrier number 3. Joe Moreira rides 3 seconds and a win from his 4 runs, Paul. So I think he's going to be tough to beat.
Yeah, look, I've got him on top too. I think you're right. He should get the perfect run. And Stock Legend, I've got him in as well. He had no luck there. You can see he was one of the widest and he's got barrier 1. But only a 3-year-old Eason, so plenty of improvement in him.
Never finished worse than second in his 4 career starts. 2 of them at Happy Valley, still a maiden there, but will be favourite to change that. What about Joe Moreira's rides on Wednesday night outside of Eason, Paul? Who are some of the picks amongst them?
Look, I like that. I think like that, a horse that is going to get every opportunity. He's downgraded, barrier number 60, nearly fine, can run well. Diamond Star runs well on the grade. Packing Famous up in trip, and Dassett's dropped 26 pounds, but Eason as well, I think, obviously one of his star rides.
And what about yourself, Tom?
Yeah, Dassett I didn't think was the worst of runs last time out, and looking forward to that last race as well with Jumbo Fortune going around there. He has certainly jumped better from start 1 to start 2, and he's also trialled nicely coming into this.
And he's up further in trip 2 from the 1400 to the 1650 metres. We move on here now, Paul, to Killer Instinct. He's one of a number of last start winners in this race, but again, so far in Hong Kong, he struggled in Class 3. Yeah,
that's the query. I mean, he arrived in Class 3 and look, he had come from another jurisdiction, as I was saying earlier on, and then he's come here now to Class 4, and he's done this. He's going to have to go back to Class 3. He is in form at the moment, but it's just whether he can put 2 together.
He put in a really strong bid once he sort of hit the 200 metres. He was able to go on with it. I've got him as a top 4 chance, but just at the back end. Just want to see him do it this time round, this grade.
And finally, Tom, on this race, Golden Link's trial down the straight at Sha Tin. This was over the 800 metres. Stoicism's out the back. He's only been to Happy Valley once before, and no doubt get their head up there as well.
Yeah, he didn't do a lot on this trial Stoicism. He's got the tongue tie on. Golden Link, I've thrown it. He's dropped 21 pounds. Maybe a little couple of question marks about 1,200 metres because all of his winning performance have been over 1,400 metres. But he seems to be slowly getting more tractable, Paul. He doesn't quite get the head up so high.
No, he used to get up really badly. He's not so bad now. Yeah, I'm just worried about Happy Valley for him because he has got that sort of an awkward galloping style. And when he did run at Happy Valley, he didn't really do too much. So that just worries me a bit.
All right, so that's a look at some of the runners coming up in race number 9. Was the winner amongst them we saw there, Paul? Is it Eason?
Yeah, I've got Eason on top. He's come up favourite earlier on, but look, the horse, I think, is a young horse who's quite progressive, and from the draw, I think he'll get every opportunity. Look, I don't mind Stock Legend. Stock Legend, we've seen him perform really well at Happy Valley in the past. And this horse is barrier number 1. He's got Zach aboard, so I think he can be the Quinella horse. So 4 to beat 3. Rhapsody, we've seen him race in a fresh state before. Rhapsody, we haven't seen him since October, but he has run a couple of good races, and he's been working quite well up at Chung Fa. So I wanted to put him in. And Mercurial, that different running style, actually ran pretty well last time. So end up with 4, 3, 9 and 6.
Agree with the top 2 there, a 4 to beat 3. I think Easton is going to be tough to beat here, courtesy of a good barrier draw here with jockey Joe Moreira on board from barrier 3. Just all the pace went through underneath him last start, and he was wide into that first turn. Had to press on with it, but was only beaten 3/4 of a length. So he'll be tough to beat. Stock Legend, he's up £35. The horse Stock Legend, his last win off 68, he's marked 66 here, and he's drawn a lot better than he has done in his last 2, and he wasn't too far away last start. Zach Purton rides with Francis Lawyer, a lethal combination. Golden Link goes in, but I think there might be a few question marks about 1,200 metres for a Golden Link. Nothing wrong with a trial over 800 at Sha Tin, and Killer Instinct next best, the Son of Power. Strong claims from him last start when he was able to win, and did it well over circuit booming. So 4, 3, 2 and 5.
There you have it, race number 7, the first division of the 1,200 metre Class 3. We'll head to a break here on Racing to Win. Come back after this and have a look at the second division. You are watching Racing to Win as we preview Happy Valley on Wednesday night. We've seen the first division of the Class 3. It's time to have a look at the second, and it's over the 1,200 metres, and it is race number 8. Be Ready is at the top of the book. He was scratched on the 16th of February, kicked out in the gates. Armour Eagle goes up £11 for his last start win over Awarding Together. Joyful Win draws a gate, gets a £5 claim, and goes to the 1,200 metres for the 3rd time in his career. Traders Place 2 from 3 course and distance. Sky Forever, a second behind the runner last time. He's been allocated an extra £6 for it. Wood on Fire is a 5-time course and distance winner. Scotch Tycoon makes his Class 3 debut. And down the bottom, Royal Pride is back in trip from the 1,600 to the 1,200 metres. He went over the 1,200 at Cranbourne and the 1,400 metres at Caulfield prior to arriving. Armour Eagle, Tom, good last time. So too Scotch Tycoon. Where do they figure on the speed map?
Yeah, well, Scotch Tycoon, he can probably settle somewhere about midfield, maybe on the fence there, and Armour Eagle and the runners likely to be somewhere in the firing line. But Joyful Win, being apprentice ridden and drawn barrier 2, Paul, should be able to get forward here because he does have plenty of natural speed.
Yeah, he's going to set up a good pace, isn't he? So he should go forward. Poor old Smile Like Yours is drawn awkwardly once again, so he looks like he could be a little bit wide. Scotch Tycoon, as you mentioned, barrier 1. He might be just a little bit handier stepping up to 1,200. Sky Forever's drawn wide. I think he'll go back from his draw, barrier number 11.
All right. So that is the speed map for race number 8. OK, now we need to go and do some drawing here, and we're going to start with Be Ready. Now, this is his last start. As mentioned, he was scratched after this, Paul, and there he is. He's down there on the inside. Joyful Win, he's also in this race. He runs last, but he's been plagued by bad barriers and tough trips from those bad barriers.
Yeah, he's better over 1,000, isn't he, Joyful Win? Be Ready, look, he's just a little bit of an awkward draw, barrier number 8. You just need a little bit of luck. But the horse has definitely got the ability, and if he can find a bit of luck, then, look, I've included him. That fresh up run in particular this season was pretty good when he ran second.
And he has been a little bit of a tricky horse to catch in the past. He's just had the 1 win from his 22 starts. Nothing wrong with his recent trial. He's had to go back to the trials after that mishap in the gates where he got fractious and kicked out and got sort of cast over the back of the gates. But I think prior to that, he'd sort of been building to a good performance.
Here is that trial you speak of, Tom. Now, he's back there on the outside. The official beaten margin is 12 lengths, but All in Mind runs away and wins by 8. So he's finished with the others in the field.
Yeah, and he's not had any pressure put on him over the final stages here. The winner was clearing out big time over the final stages. You can see Vincent Ho's riding him. He's under a nice enough hold, under a good enough tight rein, Paul, compared to a few others around him.
Yeah, it was a nice enough trial, wasn't it? And just a nice, good maintenance trial. His win did come over the course and distance as well. So, look, he is okay. He is capable over the 1,200 at Happy Valley.
And that is Be Ready. Vincent Ho takes the ride for Frankie Law. Now, we've got the split screen happening here because this is Armour Eagle, who was very good. He was down on the inside. But Starbright here, Paul, he goes back to the inside and either clip some heels or become somewhat unbalanced. It's quite awkward just after we roll the replay for him.
Yeah, it looks like the Grand National with all these horses, doesn't it? But like, you can see him as he goes back to the inside there, and as you say, he just came a little bit unbalanced. I don't know if it's just his racing style or he was just a little bit unlucky, but Armour Eagle for sure was a really good win, but gee, they didn't miss him.
No, he was very comfortably held over the final stages. Was Armour Eagle there was pretty convincing from him. And Starbright, well, he veered sharply to the inside there, didn't he? Was held up and then got down to the fence and battled on. He hasn't run too many bad races since he's been here, to be fair. Starbright just hasn't got the win on the board yet.
He went over 1,000 at Kembla and 1,300 at Scone in New South Wales before arriving. Here is Sky Forever, and that is him in those yellow colours with the green band, and he and the runner, Tom, not too much in it at the finish.
No, there wasn't in the end. It was the runner who was able to get up and prevail on this occasion. He's been a bit hot and cold, Paul, with his runs, really. He's settled back, really finished off strongly, but then he's thrown in the odd stinker after he's run well.
Yeah, you're right. He's just not a consistent horse at this stage. He's drawn barrier number 11, so I think he'll go back. He'll try and run them late. I didn't quite get him in. I think this is quite a nice race, this race.
All right, so no Sky Forever for Paul, but there he is with the runner who has run since, but he came back over the 1,000 metres, which is unsuitable for the runner, and he carried the 133 pounds again. This horse, Paul, Scotch Tycoon, is one you've had plenty of time for from his first start, where he led like he was going to win, linking up with the course proper and knocked up. Since then, he's just gone from strength to strength. He's up in grade, so he gets a big weight pull on Armour Eagle in this.
He does. He's got barrier 1. I think he's going to be a little bit more handy. Look, he's stepping up to 1,200 for the first time, but the way he races, look, his best work's always late, so I think the 1,200 is not going to be a problem. As you say, that debut run behind Galaxy Witness, he ran into a good one there. But since then, he's been going really well.
He likes to get into the clear down the middle of the track, but he has one from barrier 2, so gate number 1 should be no concern here for him. Scotch Tycoon, you can see his record there, 4 starts for 2 wins. Of course, he delivered at a big price second up, and he's been well backed his last couple, and with the pull and the weight that he's got here on Armour Eagle, he's going to be one of the live chances in the race for sure.
And he's trained by Francis Lloyd, Tom, whose team has taken a bit of a hit with Meaningful Star coming out of the last race, so maybe not as strong as it was going to be. He does have Cordyceps 1 getting into race number 4, but outside of Scotch Tycoon, do you give any of those much show?
Universal Go-Go, I think, is always in each way sort of a chance. Stock Legends certainly in, not immune to Starbright in this the second last race either. At the top, he's got Winning Volatility, who's been a little bit hard to find Winning Volatility. And there has been the odd run from Cordyceps 1 early in his career that hasn't been too bad. He's been given a freshen up coming into this. Yeah,
I think Scotch Tycoon is the standout there for those runners.
That was short and sharp, Paul, so you don't give the others much show, in other words. I'll need luck. We'll put it nicely.
Well, look, I got Stock Legend in for second, so I think he's definitely he's got a chance as well. So, but I'm going to go with Scotch Tycoon in the race. I think he can win this race, Francis, with Scotch Tycoon. So, look, he's got barrier number 1, but I like him stepping up to 1,200. Armour Eagle's he's got this big, huge weight increase, but he was impressive last time. Be Ready after that trial. And Trader, I'm going to put him in. Last time he was at Happy Valley, he was placed. 9, 2, 1 and 5.
Search for each way value in this race and go with the one at the top, horse number 1, Be Ready, who was scratched last start because he got fractures in the gates and cast over the back and had to be withdrawn. But we saw his trial before. Been nothing wrong with the trial. He has been a little bit hard to catch on a win line anyway, but he's got lots of multiple placings next to his name, Be Ready. So each way with him. Scotch Tycoon with the weight relief is going to be tough to beat. Armour Eagle has to carry the weight this time, around up 11 pounds here for Zach Purton and Me Choi. And Starbright not to the worst here. Wasn't a bad effort from him last start. So 1, 9, 2 and 10.
They are the selections for race number 8. All right, Paul, there's 7 other races we need winners for. Poor old Francis is not going to figure amongst these winning selections you're about to put on the screen.
Oh, look, I've got one of us on top and one as a placing, so still he can still have a really good night there. I do like Shanghai Power in the first. I think he can lead all the way. Who Loves the Ace? I think there's going to be enough pace on for him. He's been working quite well leading into this. Who Loves the Ace? Go for Tea. Now, he's stepping up to 1,800 for the first time. And there's no pace in that race, and he likes to lead. So I think he's going to get his opportunity as well. Go for Tea. Gang of Brothers has had 4 solid gallops since his second start. He got too far back last time, and his first debut run wasn't too bad. So he's going to be one at massive odds as well. And I do like a horse called Like That, who's been downgraded and has won off that rating once before.
So there you have it. You can see a breakdown of each and every one of those races at hkjc.com. Click on audio and video for a race-by-race analysis. We're near the end of the show, Paul. We need a best, a long shot and a play from you firstly,
Yeah,
please.
going to go with like that. Down in grade here. Joe's won on the horse before. He's won off a rating of 60. He's now down to this rating of 59. So been there, done that. This is a lot easier. And Gang of Brothers, barrier number 2, I think will be a lot closer in the run. He's stepping from up to 1200 as well for the first time. So race 4, number 7 is the each way play. And the race 8, the QQP 1, 2 and 9, Be Ready, Armour Eagle and Scotch Tycoon.
Best comes up in the 7th race, and it is Eason for Joe Moreira and Frankie Laura. A win in 3 second placings from his 4 starts, drawn well. I think he'll be tough to beat in race 7, number 4, Eason. The value coming up in the following race, number 1, Be Ready. Drawn a little awkwardly, a little bit hard to catch, but I think is building to put up a good run on the board. Be Ready, number 1. And then the play in race 6 with Bingo Bingo, Joyful Genius drawn wide, and Fairbow drawn better this time round. So race 6, 2, 8 and 11.
Going in a Class 5 and a downgrader, Manna from Heaven from a wide draw, but he's a 2-time course and distance winner. Zach Purton on board from the Manfred Man stable is Manna from Heaven. So if you can get across from barrier number 10, just had to do a bit too much early work last time, as did the Anomaly. He's back from the 1800 to the 1650. He raced wide over the 1800. He was only beaten by 2.5 lengths. Lyle Hewitson rides for Jimmy Ting. And the play race 4, Harmony in Home on the downgrade, Soaring Tower and Shaw Joyful 1, 2 and 6. That has just about been racing to win, certainly for Wednesday night. Sunday, Tom, it's back to Sha Tin for the 4-year-olds. They get the chance to shine in the BMW Hong Kong Derby.
Yeah, can't wait, Mark, for the weekend. The BMW Hong Kong Derby, of course, Romantic Warrior, one of the leading chances there, of course, California Spangle. They're the top 2. And the undercard looks fairly solid as well, Paul.
Yeah, that does. There's a really good undercard there. Looking forward to Voyage Bubbles running around again. He was very impressive last start.
But we will see you at Happy Valley on Wednesday night for the first at 6:45 from the Racing to Win team. Bye-bye.